All right, for our practice page today, we're going to be doing this page. And I don't want to start on this side. I actually want to start on this side. Okay. And I'm going to start right here with number 5. Do you remember in the problem that we just did, we pushed 2 rectangles together? That's what we're doing here too. Okay. We're making one big rectangle out of 2 smaller rectangles. Do you see that? This is kind of what we did when we broke arrays. Do you remember that? When the array was really big, we would take it and break it to make it easier for ourselves. That's what we're doing here too, but these are not arrays. They're big rectangles. We're trying to find all of the area, but we're putting it in 2 different pieces to make it easier for us, and then we'll put those 2 pieces together just like we did in that problem where Lamar was pushing his 2 rectangles together. All right, so we are going to have on each of these 2 different area equals length times width because there are 2 different rectangles here. So let's start with this one. See if I can zoom in for you. Okay, let's start with this one. Label the side lengths of each label the side lengths of each rectangle. Then use the distributive property to find the total area. We remember distributive property as breaking and then putting it back together. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. They have already broken these for us. They've made a light colored rectangle and a darker colored rectangle. So that's what we're going to use. So let's start with a light colored. We're still going to do a length and a width. And let's label the side lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This rectangle right here is a 4 by 7, which means the area is whatever 4 times 7 is. Okay, and I'm going to let you solve this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember that you can count however you like. If you know what 4 times 7 is, you don't have to go any further, right? But when we do that, I'm going to do this one with you. The area is 28 square units. I'm going to actually take a colored pencil and I'm going to write really big how much is in there, okay? Let's look at this rectangle, okay? So this one went with the lighter colored ones. Now we're going to do the darker colored ones here. We're still going to do up times over, or however you like to think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is also 4 going up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's also 7. I don't really have a place to put it, so I'm going to put it down here because it's the same side, right? Opposite sides are the same in a rectangle, so that should work. That means this one is also 4 times 7 or 7 times 4. And lucky for me, I already know what that is. Now, I know that this one is 28, and I'm going to use a different colored pencil. I'm going to use, don't use a marker like me, but I'm using a marker just so you can see it, okay? This one is 28, and this one is 28. So I'm going to find a little bit of space here, and I'm going to add this 28 and this 28 together to find out how much all of this is together. You can do that however you want to. If you know how to do it this way, you can do it this way. You can also try this and start at 28 and then add on 28. 10 is a good first jump. That would be 38. 10 more would be 48. Then I could do, let's see, 10, 20. I need 8 more. I could do a 5. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, and 3 more. Makes it 56. Here's my answer. So I need to show that some way. What's a good way? Maybe here so my teacher can see it. Kind of nice and big, without taking up too much of the space over here, because you're going to need it for that rectangle. All right, what do you think? Go ahead and pause. Try another one. Try this one. Do it in the same way. I'll start it with you. You're going to have 2 length times widths. 1 for this rectangle and 1 for this rectangle. And you're going to do the side lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this side length is 5, guess what this one's going to be? It's going to be 5 too, but I don't really like to put it on that side, so I'm going to put it on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one goes 4 across. So we have a 5 by 5 rectangle, and we have a 4 by 5 rectangle. You're going to find out what those are. This is counting by 5, so it shouldn't be too hard. Whatever it is going to be in square units. And then you're going to take this number and add them together. And then you're going to have an answer. Maybe you can put it here if you have enough room. Okay, just where Miss Wilson can see it. In fact, if you want to go back and maybe like circle it so I can find it, that would be really helpful. All right, pause, work some of these. If you need help, ask for help. Okay, remember we want to practice it the right way, not practice it the wrong way. So if you're not sure, you can look at the video again and see how we did it, or you can ask for help. All right, pause, and when you have these ready, flip over, and we're going to do those problems together as well. All right. You should have finished the other side, and now you're ready to move on. These are not broken yet. Now we could count all of these squares. Remember how I made you number in each square? Oh, so many. But we're not going to do that. We're going to practice by taking a big rectangle and breaking it into 2 easier parts and then adding it back together. Okay, so I've got a colored pencil. I'm going to use a colored pencil and a regular pencil. You can use 2 different colored pencils if you want. And this first one, we're doing it together. So you're doing it exactly like I'm doing it. All right. So we have to decide, I know that if I do it right in half, that would be easy, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't go right in the middle. That's not good. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 over, and then let's split it here. Let's break it here. And I am going to color this one with one of my colors. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I am going to color the other rectangle with my other color. Okay. When we do that, guess what it looks like? It looks like a whole lot like what we were doing over here, doesn't it? So we're going to solve it in the same way. We have 2 rectangles, so I need 2 length times widths. I'm going to go and count the side lengths on each one. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 6 by 4. And this one is, well, I'm not going to do, I'll do this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, also 6. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going across. So we have a 6 by 4. And we have a 6 by 5. Now, didn't we make a list of 6s before somewhere? That was on our other page. We don't have that page anymore. That's okay. We can make another list of 6s if you want. You can use it out here, however you want to do it. You could use your count by, like we did earlier, and do it here. There's just lots of different ways you can find these two answers. But you should be able to find these two answers. When you find the two parts, what are you going to do with those parts? You're going to put them together, just like you did on the other side. Okay, when you have an answer, let's just do this one together to make sure that we're doing it on the right. What's 6 times 4? 24. I'm just writing it tiny, square units. And 6 times 5? That's right, 30. So I'm going to put 24 together with 30. Well, if you start at 24 and you count 3 10s, 24, 34, 44, 54. 54 square units is in this whole thing. Okay, well, you know what? Let's check that. What if I hadn't colored all of this in and it was just one giant rectangle? It would have been a 6 by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would have been a 6 by 9. It would have been a 6 by 9. Anybody know what 6 times 9 is? Guess what? It's 54. Okay. All right. Now, for the rest of these, 2, 3, and 4, you are able to break them however you like. However, you must do what I did for each one. You must do each rectangle and then put them together. If you have questions, you can ask. You can watch the video again. Use this one as your example and do the same parts that we did. Right? If you have questions, ask someone. And when you are finished with this, both sides, and your name is on it, please don't turn it in without a name. I want to give you a 100 for this. Then turn it into the tray. All right. Happy mathing.